All right, what is up, BYU fans, Big 12 fans, and any football fans watching this because you just can't get enough recruiting? This is Joseph back with the Big 12 Football Digest, and BYU just got a couple pickups last night in Landan Goff and Jordan Chris. So, first guy we're going to talk about is going to be Landan Goff, but make sure you stick around because we'll be talking about Jordan Chris later today. But Landan Goff, very exciting prospect, really dynamic player, in-state kid, right? A guy that played in Utah at Lone Peak, dynamic, 6'3", 185 guys. I'm excited to dive into it and break him down. Before we do, please make sure you smash that like button and then comment down below as we go through the video. Like I said, it's going to be a deep dive. We're going to watch film. We're going to break down his profile. We're really going to talk a lot about him. And I want you guys to join in on the conversation. Let me know what you're thinking. And if you haven't already, subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell so you never miss a video when it drops. The last thing I want is for us to be putting out content for someone on your team and you don't see it. And without any further ado, let's dive in and check out Landan Goff. Okay, guys, and a quick overview of Max Prep of his stats. You can see he played in 14 games this last year, so he was a senior this past year. He's class of 2025, which means he'll be on the BYU roster right away. And take a look here, 14 games, 44 solo tackles, 2 TFLs. You love to see that from a guy out there playing safety, right? So he's a safety, and he's out there getting TFLs. Always impressive. Always good to see that. Another thing pretty impressive here is he had 7 interceptions this past year, where the previous year he only had 1. He did have more tackles last year, but interceptions are a little more dynamic than that. And he definitely ran at least one of these back for a touchdown that I'm aware of. And you can see here, pass deflections, 5. Here he's got 6. So he's a dynamic coverage player. And then as a returner, so he also plays returns. He ran right here. It says scoring. He has 3 touchdowns, but I believe one of those is an interception and 2 of those are returns. Let me just check. Yep. His longest return, it says 60, but you can see here. Yeah, a lot of returns, a lot of good stuff from the kid. Definitely a dynamic player. Moving over to his 24/7 sports profile, 6'3", 185 pounds. He's rated as a 3-star, an 82 graded 3-star, which is a little low, right? That's a lower end 3-star rating, but really what matters is the tape and what he brings to the table. Taking a look at his offer sheet, I think it kind of matches the rating, where BYU's definitely his big offer. Navy's a solid offer, but outside of that, it's Idaho State and Utah Tech, which are, tend to be schools a lot of Utah players will go to that can't make a BYU or a Utah State or a Utah, right? So those are other options for him, but he went to BYU, and I think that means he's ready to compete and fight for a spot where he'd probably be an immediate starter at least Idaho State and Utah Tech. And let's go ahead, no waiting any longer. We're going to go ahead and dive in and we're going to watch the film. Let's check out Landan Goff. Okay, guys, so take a look at the screen here. We are going to be watching the highlights for Landan Goff, and you can see here. So this looks like it must be the state championship game, considering it's on the Utah field, which is where the state championship game is played. Let's go ahead and watch this. So this is him returning, and again, he's class of 2025, so he will be here this next year. And if you guys aren't familiar, which I'm sure BYU fans are, Utah is high-end football, so he is playing against very good talent, as good as it gets when you're talking about Utah, at least up there with anybody. And he runs that kick return all the way back. One thing that sticks out to me in his tape, you'll see here, I think he has very good acceleration and pretty good long speed. Just look, when he decides to turn it on, you can see it doesn't look like he's even trying that hard, but he's just kind of accelerating very quickly and getting there. Good long speed. And I don't know if he'll have enough speed quite to be a returner at the next level, but I do think he is fast, and that'll translate well to his defensive play and maybe like punt returns or something like that, where it's a little more about your acceleration and quickness, where kick returns might be a little more about your long speed. But he does look fast, so don't quote me on that. I'm not trying to say that he's not returner speed, because he is very fast. I think he ran track. Let me see if there's a note about that. Let me see. Sorry, just pausing it for a second. Doesn't say. So let's just go ahead and keep going. All right. Yep, another kick return. And you're going to see here, this next play coming up is a really dynamic play of him at corner. Boom. He's probably going to be playing safety at the next level, but you like that he's versatile. He jumps up there, grabs the pick out of the air, and runs it back for a touchdown. I think that's what's really exciting about him. That he's obviously a dynamic playmaker at corner and safety, and then if he does get the ball in his hands, his return ability is going to make him Ed Reed-esque, right, where he can take that back to the house. Look, they're trying to get one on him. Oh, very nice. Let's watch that back one more time. Boom. Look at that, dude. And you love to see a guy that's playing corner or safety that treats the ball like it's his and he gets up there, gets the pick. I mean, look at that. He looked like the receiver in that play. And you love to see that, right? That's what you want. And that's probably why his interception percentage went up so much. Oh, look at that. Look at that awareness, dude. So this wasn't even to his guy. His guy kind of stops and is kind of supposed to pull coverage away. The ball gets tipped and he's able to grab it and get an interception. Nice work. All right, bottom of your screen, playing corner. Oh, okay, it's cover three. Oh, look at that. What beautiful coverage. Look at this. It looks like they're kind of playing man based on the the initial look, and then you see this guy pulls inside, but he trails with the other guy because they're playing cover three. So really nice look there. So that's all the tape we'll watch. I think we got a good idea, and stick around for the final thoughts in a second. Quick note, I did just look it up that Utah or Lone Peak, which is the school he played at, did go to the state championship. So those highlights of him playing on the Utah field were state championships. So it means he's already playing really good talent in Utah, which is a tough place to play football. It's lots of good football players. But on top of that, he's playing in the state championship game. So it's very, very good talent. So really good look there. I mean, there was multiple huge plays. I think he ran back a kick return and he had an interception. I mean, damn, real good state championship game for this kid. I'd say, well, before I give my final thoughts, make sure you guys like the video, comment down below. Let me know what you guys think of Landan Goff. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Hit the notification bell. All right, you made it this far. And the last thing I want is for you to miss videos, but especially for your team. So make sure you keep an eye out. Have that notification bell ready to go because we're putting out so much content. I think I put out 7 videos yesterday. There is a lot of recruiting news popping off. So make sure you guys stick around. And I appreciate all the support on the channel. So Landan Goff, I really liked the way he looked in coverage. Everything looked smooth. Everything looked very crisp and very athletic, right? I didn't mean to say that he can't play returner at the next level. I just, sometimes you watch a guy and you just see otherworldly speed. He looked fast, but not otherworldly from what I was seeing. And so my mind when I watch a guy like this is definitely a guy that can be an impact player, really good in coverage. If he picks it off, he is dynamic. If you give this guy open space, he is nasty. He can also be a returner at the next level if you need him to be. I mean, I'm really liking what I'm seeing here. I think if you're a BYU fan, you should be excited. And I think it's shocking that he's rated as an 82 3-star. I've just, the more I follow recruiting. I mean, I think I follow it as much as anybody, considering how many of these freaking videos I make. I just don't understand the grades. Now, a lot of what I'm watching is highlights, but how is this guy an 82 3-star? These were awesome highlights. He brings so much to the field, and he was playing at a high level of football. Really weird. And he's got the size profile too, 6'3", 185. I really like it. I think he's a guy that I don't think he'll see the field right away. Cornerback is one of the hardest positions in football to see the field right away. Like, you could see some reps, but he might not be a starter. I could see him possibly rotating in. But again, it is a very difficult position to get playing time early. I like what I'm seeing, guys. I think he could be a very deadly player for you in a year or two. Redshirt him this year, give him some time to grow. But I really like what we saw, and it was all against very good competition here in Utah. Before we get out of here, guys, like the video, comment down below what you think of Landon, subscribe if you haven't already, hit the notification bell. I'm out of here. Go Big 12.